those couple weeks we were out on the road, I think towards the end, you guys were like, "Look, we're ever in LA, you got to come out and come to the house or whatever." And I sort of thought, well, again, that would be nice. I don't know if they're being serious or not, but we'll see. And a couple months later, I was in LA and I texted Linda because I was like, well, I don't want to seem too like thirsty, so I'll reach out to Linda maybe and see. And so I'm here in LA and no pressure if you guys aren't around, but if you are, great. And Linda texted me right back and was like, "Oh, come to the house tomorrow or whatever. We'll have dinner." And so I was borrowing my friend's little Toyota Camry at the time, and I drove to the beautiful place where you both live and could not believe the places I was looking at as I was driving to your driveway, and came into the house and saw guitars and guitars on top of guitars and guitars and guitars.
Yeah.
And I started pointing them out and saying, well, what about this one? And you'd say, oh, me and Bruce Springsteen. And what about this one? Oh, all these like,
I love telling those guitar stories. Yeah.
oh my God, just like insane stories with all of them. And I pointed to this one particular brown, like mid-70s Strat. I was like, well, what's the story with that? He said, well, when I was first starting out, I was a fan of Bonnie Raitt, and my manager was friends with Bonnie. And he said, oh, well, we've got to connect you two. So soon thereafter, you guys are having lunch, I guess, the manager, you and Bonnie. Bonnie says, what guitar are you playing? You said at the time I was playing a Les Paul, but it's kind of too heavy for my shoulder. Bonnie says, oh, well, I've got to take you guitar shopping. So
to Norm's.
thereafter, you guys go shopping at a used guitar place, which I always just think, like, how did the person working at that store feel watching the two walk to the store? I would have lost my mind. But Bonnie Raitt takes you shopping for guitars, looks at a couple, plays a couple, lands on this guitar and says, this is the guitar that you should buy. And that was that 74 Strat, this hardtail Strat. And I was so taken by that story. I asked if I could play it. I played it for a while. And then sort of, that was the end of that part of it. A few months later, I went back out on the road with you. And we stopped over in LA for a couple of days. And I stayed with you guys. And one of those days I said, can I play that Strat? And you said, yeah, of course. And you said, you really love that thing. I said, I just think the story behind it is so unbelievable. So I played it that day. And the next day, when it was time for us to go back to the van to get to the bus, you said, hey, can you grab that bag for me? And I didn't think anything of it. So I went to grab the bag. And you said, why don't you look inside? And it had that Strat. And I was like, well, what is this? What is this about? And you said, it's yours. I want you to have it. And I mean, it just, even telling the story, I can't believe it's real.
Because I never played it
all the time. It's all over my record.
And guitars should be played, and that one just hung on my wall it stayed in place for years and hung on the wall. And the way you loved it, I was like, you know what, you need to play. And it makes me happy whenever I see a video of you. I'm like, look, she's playing it.
I love that. I love that guitar.
Yay.
So you are just one of the most generous people I've ever met.
Oh, well, I love you so. You know that. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this story so much.
So as soon